my name is Peter Vertigem and I'm a Canaway brand ambassador. In this short video, I will tell you the highlights of our unique Canaway compensation plan. I believe it is one of the best plans in direct selling. It's not my intention to explain everything about the compensation plan because it is quite a lot. I will focus today on the main aspects of the compensation plan as you will see them from starting in your business as a brand ambassador and growing it over time. If you want the full details and every other type of compensation, please look at the PDF of the compensation plan that you can find in your back office. First, I'm going to discuss retail profit. Canaway is just like any other business. We sell products, and that means we do that with your help. You are a brand ambassador, and you refer your friends, your people that you know, that you've explained about the benefits that you have experienced with the great Canaway CBD products, and you refer them to our online shop. You don't sell yourself. You don't have to. Imagine you have to buy products, package them, ship them, collect the money, all these headaches that come with running a traditional business. That is what Canaway does for you, all of it. You just reap the rewards of the referral. How does Canaway do that? Well, we have two price points. One is the customer price, which customers will find in the online shop, and the other one is the wholesale price, which you find in the online shop. And the difference between the two is the retail profit. So every time you refer a customer to the online shop, they buy a product, you get credited the retail profit. And that is a very simple way of building your business. Second, I want to make sure that you're aware of the direct sales commission. Now, a lot of people just have customers, but most people have a combination. I have customers, but I also build up a team of brand ambassadors. That's where duplication comes from. That is where people build their business even faster, bigger, and more rewarding. And that's why Canaway pays us a direct sales commission. What is that? Every time you register a new brand ambassador, it does so by choosing a value pack. And a value pack is a combination, a small or a big pack of a combination of our products so that new people can experience the benefits themselves. And every time a brand ambassador chooses a value pack and registers in your business, you are being paid a direct sales commission, which is depending on the size of the value pack. If you register a brand ambassador with a starter pack, you get 30 euros. If you do so with a junior executive, you get 50 euros, all the way up to the total product experience pack, which pays you 250 euros. But that's not all. Imagine brand ambassadors that register with a value pack, but then still want to order additional products. If they do so in the first 30 days, you still get direct sales commission on those purchases. Those ones are calculated based on the CV, the commissionable volume. What is that? Well, every product, if you go in the shop, you will see has a BV, a business volume associated with it. And the commissionable volume is half, so 50% of the BV value. And then the direct sales commission is calculated by multiplying the commissionable volume by 20%. That is what you get for every additional purchase that a brand ambassador does after the value pack in the first 30 days. But it's even better for customers because if you have customers, till indefinitely, every product they buy, you get the 20% direct sales commission based again on the commissionable volume. That is the direct sales commission, a reward for building your business big and fast. Then we get to the fast start qualification. That is a very important part of the program because if you, when you start and you register within 30 days, 3 brand ambassadors with a value pack, doesn't matter which one, you're going to be fast start qualified. And that means a lot because if you do that, you are going to be earning double direct selling commission based on value packs for 90 days. So, when you do it fast, grow your business, the company rewards you even more. It pays you the double direct sales commission for 90 days. And that is fast start qualification. That brings me to Team Override Commission. Team Override Commission is a commission that you get on every sale on different levels in your business. But before I can explain it in detail, I have to talk to you about ranks. Ranks are achievement levels in our company. We start at manager, and it can go to director, senior director, all the way up to crown ambassador. And what do you have to do to get a rank at Canaway? Well, there are basically three things you have to remember. One is it's based on total elite volume. Second, it's based on a minimum number of legs that are active. And third, you need to have a balanced business. Now, let me explain to you those three requirements in detail. First, elite volume. What is elite volume? Elite volume is all purchases by your personally enrolled brand ambassadors and their personally enrolled brand ambassadors, there all the way down to the whole bottom of your team, and their customers. If you combine all that volume together, we're talking about your elite volume. And as you can see, in order to qualify for director, for example, you need to have 1,000 points in elite volume. And the higher the rank, the higher the amount of minimum elite volume points you need to have. That's one, check. Second, the minimum required active legs in your business. Now, what is a leg? A leg is very simple to explain. It is a group of brand ambassador customers under your personally enrolled brand ambassadors on the first line under yourself. So if you have, for example, registered 3 brand ambassadors, they're all in your front line. And you can also register 5 or 10, there's no limit, but the company wants you to have at least 3 of them. And they have to be active. And active means somewhere below that brand ambassador has to be a person who has at least 110 personal volume. So is active by purchasing their own product. It can be just one person in the whole leg, but it has to be at least one. That is an active leg. And you need to have at least 3 of them to qualify for bonuses in the Canaway compensation plan. Check. Third requirement is a balanced business. This is very important. If you have an unbalanced business, it means that a lot of volume, a lot of products are being sold or purchased in one leg and very small in the other legs. That is not a sustainable situation. Canaway wants to make sure you have a long-term business that is stable, that continues to thrive. And that's why it wants you to have a balanced business. That means it requires that in order to achieve a rank, for example, director, which you need 1,000 points elite volume, only 60% of that requirement can come from your biggest leg. So let's give you an example. If you have, for example, 3 legs and the first leg has 600 points and the second leg 300, and the last one also 300. You have in total 1,200 points elite volume. And since the requirement for director is 1,000 and 60% can come from your biggest leg, 600 points come from the 600 points that you have in your biggest leg. So you're perfectly balanced and you have the required volume. It can also be different though. An unbalanced business would be, imagine you have in your big leg 1,000 points, and then in your second leg 100 points, and your third leg also 100 points. In that case, you still have 1,200 points elite volume, but it's not balanced. Because 60% of the 1,000 can come from your biggest leg, so not the full 1,000 points, no, only 600 points. So in total you have 600 plus 100 plus 100 is 800 points. And that is not enough to qualify you for a director. Check. So it has to be enough elite volume, it has to have coming from minimum 3 active legs, and it has to be coming from a balanced business. That is when you achieve a rank. And when you have done so, we give you a rank advancement commission. That is a reward for Canaway to show their appreciation that we are building our business and going step by step through the compensation. As you can see, for senior director, you get 178 euros right away when you achieve that rank. You get it only one time because you're only achieving a new rank one time, folks. We even pay you double for certain ranks if you do it faster. Look at senior rank, senior director, 178 euros when you achieve it, but if you do it within 60 days, we double that to 356 euros. So, again, if you do it faster, we give you more money for the same achievement. That's the great thing about the Canaway compensation plan. And that brings me to Team Override Commission. Team Override Commission is a recurring sales commission that is based on the commissionable value of all the products sold on your different levels in your business. Manager gets paid for 2 levels deep. The first level, he or she gets 11% of all the accumulated CV, commissionable volume, of the products sold by brand ambassadors and customers on their first level. The second level pays them 10% of that commissionable volume. And as you grow your business and get bigger and higher ranks, the levels on which you get paid get more and more. And the downward in the ranks that you can achieve, you can even be paid up to 9 levels in your business. Recurring commission based on your total product sales, based on different levels commissionable volume. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the minimum income guarantee, which is a unique feature of our Canaway compensation plan. The minimum income guarantee says it. The company guarantees you a minimum income, and they base it on the elite volume, which I explained to you before already what that means. They base it on the qualifying elite volume, because again, they want to make sure your business is balanced. What they do is they accumulate your qualifying elite volume, take 10% of that, and that is what they call the minimum income guarantee. And that means if your bonuses from that month together do not meet the rank, meet the level of the minimum income guarantee, the MIG is going to top it up and make sure that you reach that minimum income. And the good part, direct sales commission and rank advancement commission is not part of that. So those are being paid on top of the MIG. It is a truly unique feature of our compensation plan. And basically, it is a reward because Canaway values that we need to have a minimum income based on a total generated elite volume. These are the most important parts of the Canaway compensation plan. Again, it is not all of them. There are many more types of bonuses, and I encourage you to read our compensation plan document if you want to know every detail about every different bonus. I wish you all the best with your Canaway business, and I hope to see you at the top, because it's way too crowded at the bottom.